A father in Virginia says his son was kicked off the school bus for 3 days for bullying. Well, his punishment, how about running to school in the rain? And the dad filmed the journey to school and posted it on Facebook. That video has now been seen by millions of people. Take a look.
We're right about 1 mile from the school, so all week he has got the experience of running to school. The good news is, hey guys, he keeps up a pretty good mile pace at 6 miles an hour so far. Yesterday he was apparently a little rude for Michelle in the morning, so even though it's raining this morning, he still gets to run. This right here is just simple. You know, ironically, since he's been running to school this week, his behavior's been much better. His teachers have approved of his behavior this week. He hasn't gotten in trouble at school this week, where last week he was just absolutely out of his mind. But this right here is just old school simple parenting. This ain't killing nobody. This is a healthy way for a child to be punished, because it's, you know, exercise, something that a lot of people don't think children should do anymore, so you just stick them behind a damn Xbox for the rest of their lives. So this right here is called parenting, guys. If you don't know what it's like, here you go. Teach your child a lesson. You don't have to kill them. You don't always have to beat them, but sometimes it sucks for them, and that's what teaches them.
You don't always have to beat them. I caught that. We want to know what you think about the punishment. Go to WUSA9.com/vote or the WUSA9 app and let us know. Is a boy running to school in the rain too harsh a punishment? I'm joined by psychologist Dr. Nicole Cutts. Well, I want to ask you first, what do you think of the dad and his explanation, his narration?
I think the father made some good points. I do think children need consequences, but when you listen to the whole audio, well, at least for me, a lot of questions came up. One of the things he said a couple of times was, I figured you all would get a laugh from this. So that made me question a little bit his motives and where he was coming from. I don't know why he felt the need to put this on social media. That adds a level of shaming to this punishment, which isn't actually good for a child's self-esteem. I mean, having consequences is good, but shaming isn't good. So I have some questions there.
The shaming, meaning his friends and relatives, everybody's going to see that and probably let him know they've seen that.
And all these strangers all around the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about what else the father had to say? Good cardio. He said the kid's getting in shape.
True. I don't think the punishment itself is abusive at all. It's a mile. The kid seems to be handling it. He's done it a few times. According to the father, the little sister even wanted to join. So I don't think that act in and of itself is abusive. Again, I think that in this case, it's kind of on the line, you know, in terms of his motivation for doing this. But he did say that he's very clear about you will get consequences if you do something that's wrong. And I think that's very important.
Well, what about the dad's results? I mean, if you believe him, he's gotten results and kind of likes the results from this kid.
I understand that, but I think you need to look longitudinally at the results. Okay, so yes, he has behaved better this week. I think that when you look at how you treat children, you want to look long term, right? The father also implies, he says that, you know, you all want gun control, and, you know, this is what you need. You need to do parenting. And that sort of implies that he knows that this is, you know, that parents whose children have committed crimes have not parented them properly. So that's a little questionable to me.
Nicole, I want to know more about his relationship with his son. You know, if he's got a good relationship with his son, you know, if it's the kind of family, you know, where physical, you know, exercise and this sort of thing are part of it, I'm not sure I have a problem with at least what I've seen here and what I've heard the father say. I had a little problem with you don't have to beat him, which implies that he does beat him or has beat him. I don't think it like that. But the rest of what he said in terms of, you know, his relationship with his son, I'm like, okay.
Well, that's his report, and if that's in fact true, then I think that he does have a good relationship with his son. He said that the son has indicated to his sister that he knows that his dad loves him and cares about him, and that he will get on him when he does something wrong. So I do think that that's a positive for the father.
Accountability is important.
Yes, accountability is important, and again, it's one thing to have him run in the rain. I think there's another layer when you film it and televise it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Back in a minute. Stay with us.